Hello and welcome to Speak Little Arabic videos. We are in video number 3, alphabet, part 3. In this video we're gonna talk about the alphabet letters 16 to 23, which is mean from ta until lam. We already talked about the first 16 alphabet and how do they sound and what's their name and how do they look in the word, in the front, in the beginning of the word, and in the middle and at the end. We're gonna follow the same here. Again, I wouldn't advise you to remember the alphabet by order, but these videos for you to be able to recognize the letters and to know how they pronounce and what's the difference between them and so on. So for this video we're gonna start with ta, dha, ain, ghain, fa, qaf, kaf, lam. Number 16 is ta. For you to draw this letter, again I'll advise you to remember that we are writing from right to left. So this is ta. We make a loop, an ellipse, ellipsoid, a loop, and then you make a loop and then just a straight line on the loop, and that will be the ta. The name will be ta, and it will be similar to T, but it will be a little bit heavier than just T. It doesn't pronounce from the tip of the tongue as you pronounce T, but it will be ta. You kind of use the whole width of your tongue. So this is ta. Dha, is also similar to Z plus tha, but the whole width of the tongue, in order to have dha, which is written a loop and a straight line and a dot, and that will be dha. Now the next two letters, ain and ghain, are similar to the three letters we talked in part 1. Ha, kha, and jim, which is ain. You have a small circle, and then small part circle, and then a bigger one, and that will be ain. Small part circle and then a bigger one, that will be ain and ain. There is no equivalent in English. Ain, you're gonna have to pronounce it like that, ain, and it sounds like it just from your throat, this sounds that has to be like ghain, or sometimes they write it GH and pronounce like G. It's similar to ain, have a circle and then another part of circle with a dot on top. So it's similar to ain, but with a dot on top. Then ain, ghain, we have fa. The name of the letter is fa, and it's letter F, pronounced as F. A loop, and then in a bigger arc, a loop, in a bigger arc with a dot on top. A loop. This loop has to be circle. A loop, and then a bigger arc with a dot on top, and that's fa. Also, you will find it when we're gonna talk later about font. It can be half a loop and then the arc, and it will be, you need to remember for you to recognize this fa from the letter qaf that coming next to it. Qaf is a loop in an arc with two dots, and that's qaf. It's not letter K, but it's qa. It's also coming from the top of the throat, but it's similar to K, but it's not the letter K. The difference between qaf and fa is fa, a loop in a longer arc. The height of the letter is way smaller than the length of the letter. The qaf is almost the same, and it has two dots, while the fa has only one dot, while qaf has two dots. The next letter is kaf. Kaf. Now this is letter K, and it's pronounced as K, and it's totally different from qaf, and it's pronounced like it's written like a hook with a small ain in the middle. A hook and a small ain in the middle of the hook, and that's kaf. This one is very tricky how to look inside the word, but we're gonna get to that in a moment. And then we have the letter lam. Lam. And this is letter L. And it's just a hook. It's like the opposite of the letter L in English, just like this, but it's not a straight. It's more of a curved one. So it's like this. Lam. 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 And these are the letters today. So we're gonna go now and see how these letters looks at the beginning and at the middle and at the end of the word, so we can identify them. So we started at letter Ta. We have letter Ta, just for you to remember how to write it. Va with a dot. Ain. Ghain. Fa. Qaf. Kaf. Lam. These are the letters that we learned today, and we're going to see how they look at in the word. Now ta and tha are the same, so I'm going to take only one example from them. At the beginning, ta and tha will look like this, and then connect with the word after them. For example, we have ta riq, which is a name. That's how ta is connected to the alif next to it. At the middle, ta will still the same. Again, it will be connected before and after it. For example, matar, which is mean rain. At the end, also ta will just be like this, connected to the word before it. For example, خط, which is mean font, it's just like this, connected to the word before it. عين and غين are also the same, so we're gonna only take one example. And as we remember, when we have a letter with a big arc or have a circle in it, when we use it at the beginning and in the middle of the word, this part will be completely deleted. For example, we have عين will be at the beginning of the word like this, and then it will be connected to the word next to it. As we said, for example, عصام, which is a name, and it just directly connected to the rest of the word with no arc part. In the middle, it will be a circle, but it will be a full circle. It will not be empty circle, because empty circle, it will be if. But when it's a full circle with a dot, that will be غين. If without a dot, it will be عين. So if you have عين in the middle, you draw a circle and you connect it before and connect it after. At the end, as you know, again, عين will be, you can draw it like this, a circle, and then you can draw the half circle in the middle, like this, and that will be it. Of course, you might find the shape of this not circle, you might find it like this as a triangular. It's also the same. Also in the middle of the word, you might find it like this as a circular as well. That's also عين. That's also depending on the font. Now fa and qaf, although they're different in shape and height and length, also they change the same in the beginning and in the middle and in the word and the end of the word. So fa will be like this at the middle, just similar to qaf. In the middle again, it will be just like an empty circle with a dot that will be connected from the both sides with words. At the end, fa will be like this. Here will be the word, for example, Yusuf, which is Joseph, Yusuf. Here is the fa at the end. Now, kaf is the tricky part. Well, not tricky, because I think it just changed its shape completely when it became in the middle and at the front of the word. At the front of the word, kaf will become like a big Z, and then you continue writing your word. So it will be, for example, dog. We're gonna write dog, which means we're gonna write kalb, and then we write it like this, kalb. That's kaf, and that's lam in the middle, which is we're gonna come in about a second. Or you can write it like this. Some people write it like this, and that will be kaf. No need for a zigzag, so it's just like a line, and then they put like an umbrella or something on top of this line, and then they continue writing the word. In the middle, it will also be the same. You just add a link to the word before and a link to the word after. And at the end, the kaf will go back to its original shape, like this, with of course a connection with the beginning, with the letter before it. Now lam, at the beginning it will be like this, just like English L. It will be like this, and then you continue writing the word. For example, layl, which is mean night, and this here is the L. At the beginning, in the middle, L looks like this, connecting from both sides. You need to differentiate between this L, and if you remember in part 1, the A in the middle of the word, A is not connected to the letter after it, so this is A, and this is L. L is connected to the word after it, so it has to be like this and connecting to the second letter. Sorry, not the word, the second letter. And A is only connected to the letter before it, and it can't be connected to the letter after it. So it will look like this. So you can need to differentiate between this, so you can differentiate between these two words. And L at the end of the word, as you can see here, Lail, let's go back to its original shape. Lail, of course, with this link here to connect it with the letter before it. So this is letters 16 to 23, and how do they look in the middle of the word, or at the beginning or at the end. So next video I will have the last group of letters, M, N, H, O, E, and after that we're gonna make a video about examples. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.